What is going on, people? It's your boy, This Way Up. Long story short, there was some technical issues with the podcast. You'll see it in a second. The start, I didn't realize my mic was muted. That's 100% my bad. I want to thank everyone for sticking around. The episode with Nath was sick. But yeah, without further ado, I'll put some captions or whatever so you can get an idea of roughly what I was saying. But yeah, let's get to the pod. Much love. Bye.
You boys want to come have bongs with us? Hey, boys, thanks for having me on here. It's good to jump on and have a chat in my kitchen, obviously. So,
do what you got to do. Cooking the goods.
I'm reading the chat. Someone's already brought the soccer jersey up behind, which is a good pickup.
They're already onto it.
Big sports dude, yeah, outside of music, big sports guy. Pretty much sums it up. And a big gaming guy, like nerdy guy. All the best.
Oh, they can hear me.
Yeah, Seth's got his mark. I reckon Seth's got the mark.
So, I mean, shit. Usually when we do this, with every guest that we've had for the last however many weeks it's been, usually we start off with like for those in chat who don't know you, who are you? What's your story? When did you get into music? All that.
Yeah.
The basics.
Yeah, so my name is Nath Jennings. Well, my name is Nathan Jennings, but my DJ name is Nath. I'm from a small town in Portland, Victoria, with a population of about 10,000. It's in the southwest, about 4 to 5 hours from the city, so it's quite a trek. 6 hours to Adelaide. So, I guess I started music in 2012 in Year 8 music class. So it's I've been doing it for a while now. I just turned 28, so that was 14 years ago. So
true.
Just 28. My God, you're an old man.
Oh. I know, isn't it crazy? And I've been around for like a long time in the scene as well. But since I was 16 was my first club show, and 17 was my first cloud show. So 11 years ago I played a cloud, which is
sick.
Weird. 11 years, and it's like that was when you could play main room at 5 till 6 or something like that. So, like,
back in the day,
I remember going up, being underage, and look at the comments when people like I meet people now because I'm still doing gigs, and they're turning 18 or 19, and when I first played clubs, they were like 7 or 8, and it's like
shit.
12 years ago, I was 16, yeah. So when I first was in club, and if they're 18 now, they were prep. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy to think. When you put it into context like that, that's crazy to put it like that.
Mental, but I don't like. I've known Salsky, I reckon, for the 12 years as well. Oh, probably 10.
About 10 years, yeah. It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
Thursdays, I think, maybe around that era.
It probably wouldn't be too long. I've probably known you about 8, going on like 8 years since like.
Well, when you think about that night that when we drove you from fucking Traralgon to Morwell, like that was probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. I was thinking that, because it was just after. I was still going to the deck frequently, so it was just after.
About 4 years ago. It was like Lockdown's Carnival or something like that.
That's right. It was too. Yeah.
Remember when we went to Wagga? Do you remember that night?
With
Grover.
That's what Bono's talking about. Me, you, Grove, and
Just Flow.
Yeah, dude.
Corey.
The one story from that night, you, Alex, Kaylin were. I don't know. Me and Bron went and got tea, and we were drinking 4Xs, and this cunt that was like liaising the club, he said to me and Bruno, he goes, "Do you boys want to come have bongs with us?" Like, not pre-drinks, man. He's like, "You boys want a couple cones?" We were like, "Oh, Joe, like, nah, man." Like,
it's the worst way to G up.
Yeah, and we were only. And I remember getting, it was a big gig, and fuck, this was 2017, I reckon. But driving from Wagga, checking out at 10 a.m. and the club finished at 3. And I remember vividly the CC and dry cans with the Christmas edition because it was like Christmas time. But yeah, I got fuck eyed. There's a vlog on YouTube, and you'd be in it, Salsky. There's a vlog of it.
True.
filmed a, yeah, it's a vlog. So if you go back to
I
2016,
need to go see this.
Yeah, that's
there's
for the
vlog of that.
clippers. Give it
That's
a
for the
week.
clip, yeah.
Yeah, give it a week until I get the clips together, and you'll see this conversation and
mate.
then that clip.
Yeah, dude, all the touring back in the day, I filmed it. I don't film as much now because I've done it so often. It's sort of the same thing. But when it was all fresh and new, you don't really, when you get older and you do it a lot, you do the same sort of stuff. You sort of, and you mature as well. Like when all these stories when we were younger, man, we were getting fucked. Like,
See, that was one thing I was gonna try and lean into, obviously further down the pod, but it's come up already. Like, you did music to the point where you were doing it so much and so frequently that you started vlogging that, and that ended up becoming like a whole job in itself.
yeah, it does. It does. And that's one thing. I've still got vlogs from I started doing it just for memories, like when you grow up and look back.
Absolutely.
So we can look at people that aren't in your life anymore, or who was your best friend, or your whatever at the time, and you look back and you laugh about it, or go, oh, fuck, miss them people, or whatever. But because we always were drunk all the time, we forgot a lot of the nights. So having a vlog, you can remember it vividly and watch it back 6, 7, 8 years later. And I catch up with me mate, and we watch all this stuff when we were, 8 years ago. And you can reminisce on it, and it's good. I still make vlogs now, but because I'm working full time and I'm not, it's harder to sit down and edit it because it takes time. But back then, unemployed and just living off, vodka and fucking Centrelink.
Yeah. Yeah. Vodka and Centrelink. That's the name of the YouTube. That's the name of the episode.
Dude, we would it's so crazy now. Like now I'm an adult with adult money, with interest rates and all this other shit. I'm like, back we used to drink Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you could club Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, and you could go all the time and you still had money, and we didn't even have jobs.
Yeah, I made that joke in a group chat earlier. One of the homies was saying that he was walking down Chapel Street. I'm like, brother, it's a Wednesday. 10 years ago this was cool, but not when we're 28. That's... Imagine
I know,
that.
and I would love to still have like a Wednesday fun, but there's no incentive anymore. Like I'm like, if you spend 4 drinks at the bar's $50, I get a box for that, and you start weighing it up. You know what I mean? Especially in this day and age.
It's ridiculous.
Got more responsibilities now too.
That too. I went to Wild last weekend or whatever it was. And $15 for one Corona. I was
just for a beer. Yeah.
I was flipping out, brother.
That's what I mean. And then you just sit there, you have to be anxious because you have to worry about money.
Corona
sucks.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? You can't enjoy yourself because you're like, well, fuck, I've really got to watch me.
Yeah. Well, of course, my internet's going to play out of everyone's. Yeah.
Where were we? Where were we?
Oh, well, fucking... Look, I want to parlay into your production. Now, you did a bajillion gigs and you've played everywhere. I think when I looked it up, it was something like 80 plus venues you've played in, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't even know. That would have been when I wrote the fucking bio as well. That was, so...
It was more the production that, like, kicked off for you. You were starting to get the bootlegs and stuff you were doing, the remix packs that you were doing.
Yeah.
Has producing always been number one, or did you start as a DJ? Did you start as a producer?
Nah, it's one of those things. I think everyone wants to be a DJ, and then you realise there's that second side to it. But my story started the other way. It was just music class in year 8 where we had to make a song for school, and that was 2012. So I think the only music we even knew was bloody G or UK. Like a YouTube channel. So then we got all these loops together, and our teacher helped us, and we threw them together, mate. And they're still on YouTube to this day, these tracks. 2012, these shitty ass, like, fucking dubstep loops. We got all these aliases because we were like 14-year-olds. From there, you start looking into like what DJs actually are, and then Skrillex was releasing Bangarang and Scary Monsters and stuff at that time, and then you sort of watch YouTube videos, you're like, oh, this is sick. And then got my first decks in 2013. Mum bought floor stock from like JB Hi-Fi or Harvey Norman or something, and I've still got them to this day. The cord didn't even fit properly, so if it got knocked, they'd power out. So it was that sort of touchy shit, and still got them to this day. And then from there, couldn't produce fucking to save me life. Honestly, I had no idea, but I loved it. Got a lot of shit when I was younger for making bad music. But then you learn, obviously. You only learn by failing. Absolutely. And then just started catching up with mates with same interests, and we just learned together. And that's where people like the Listers and the Puckies and all that came into my life later on. Early times, it was the Tyler Smiths, the D-Max, the Joe Kings. We used to just go around, drink cruises, learn to DJ or learn to produce or do stuff, and we just catch up. It was pretty much... That's all I did through school, and yeah, because I got injured through sports a lot. So once I did my shoulder after I'd done 6 fucking knees, I just did music full time. So I was playing in clubs. I was in like year 10.
What door did you start on?
FL was always, well, technically no, it wasn't actually. It was called Acid fucking Pro or something.
Yeah, I know.
It was some stupid thing. It's from school that was just. It was like Audacity almost, if you know what Audacity is. Then I don't even know how I got into FL. I think it was Joe King because he had it and he had the interest in it. So we just go there when we were younger, just whip up just shit. And you can see here, so I've still got a few of them on. And then my mates would come over and we'd just like make songs or mashups. Always really bad, but the ideas were always there. So then now I'm at this, I can do things because I actually can. But it sucks now because you want to do it perfect. Where back in the day you just did it because you wanted to and you didn't care. So there's a big difference between... I could, you know, I've got so many unfinished songs I'd love to release, but will the internet like it? And you've always got to worry about that sometimes. I know it's like cliche. Don't worry about it, but you still got to.
Yeah, absolutely you do. I mean, do you have to follow any regiment now that you're under a...
I did for a long time. I had to stick to sort of one thing, and then I sort of transitioned. It was like the Melbourne stuff. Everyone was doing that, but when it becomes your... style, I tried to make some creative stuff during that Melbourne bounce stuff, and it's on my Spotify, and I look back at it now, and it wasn't well made, but the ideas were in my heart, but they got fuck all views, and I look back, and it's like my heart's in a different spot now, so it makes no sense. So that's why it's like sometimes when you pull the trigger of like, no, this is what I want to release, it's like, oh, so then you don't release because you're scared, and that's like my whole life. Absolutely. I've got a heap of cool stuff, but I can't be, you know.
I'm pretty sure that's everybody who produces, man. I'm exactly the same. Like I've got probably thousands that I've made over the last 12 years of tracks that I just don't feel safe releasing. Like I think
exactly. But the one that, you know, sometimes the ones that I remember having this chat with Brinny, who literally like at his birthday on his couch. You know, the ones that he took all these hours to make did no good. Then the 5-minute jobs are the ones that blow up. And it's so
simplicity is key.
It is, and that's literally people, even viewers, they just listen to something and it's a quick like yes or no. And that's why, you know, I'd love to make it. My goal is to make an album that's like a theme, like what Cashmere used to do, where it rolls through from like 1 to 10 and it's like a story. But like, who the hell is going to care about that? And like, it's not something people listen to, like an audiobook album sort of thing. I think it's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
There is also another thing. So you obviously made a large. Like, you know, you've released a lot of music, right? And a lot of them have been bootlegs, but you've also released millions, not millions, you've released a lot of originals with millions of streams.
Yeah,
Can you talk about...
so crazy.
Absolutely, yeah. Are you able to talk about the creation of your track Escape by any chance?
Yes, I can. It actually started as a bootleg.
Let's go.
It started as a bootleg. And one of the reasons they blew up is because it was actually a connection with a guy I still talk to today from Sweden and stuff. If I just released it here in Australia, it probably wouldn't have had the same impact. But but that's a whole other thing. But to make Escape, can you guess who the vocal is? Has anyone guessed it before?
Nah, bro.
It sounds familiar. And that's another thing that I was wanting to ask you is, did you come across that vocal chop? Was it a find or did you create the vocal stem?
Yeah, no, the vocal's Dean Lewis.
Oh shit.
So the vocal's Dean Lewis, and it's from his song Waves. And if you hear the chops, you can find the spot in the song. It's like the second. It's the nothing heals that part. The part like time, and that's chopped to make escape. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. So that's how I did it. Because I made a bootleg of it, and the original chops weren't any. They were like a little bit more complex, and then I probably accidentally deleted the first note, and then it was like on the offbeat, because the original would have been like da 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 da, it had like a bit of a flow. This one, and I removed a couple notes to get it, and then I was like, fuck. So then I had the MIDI from making a bootleg, so then I made it with Nexus. Put the Moog bass in, put the chops on it, and that was the whole track. It had become the track. And then I just changed around. And that's how Escape came about.
Well, it's a fucking banger, dude. Like, you've done really, really well with it. Just coming from a bootleg as well. Like, I think that just goes to show as well, like, and to the viewers that actually make music as well. Making originals sometimes can stem from bootlegs and remixes.
Or
it doesn't have
anything.
Or mashup, absolutely.
I've done vocal cuts on mashups that I'm like, oh, fuck, that's so sick. Or I've used even splice stems to try and work out something to go on top of something. There's so many things. Like Splice has been really good to try and layer things like a puzzle almost. Especially for vocals when you couldn't access vocals because they're so expensive. Chuck on Splice and just gets it. Like Be Alone was a Splice vocal. Moonlight I made, that was Takeaway by the Chainsmokers. That was a vocal from that. Just chopped it up. Yeah, a lot of them I started going on the Splice direction because I wanted to try and be fucking 100% mine. But Splice is, everyone can get access to it. And you see a lot of people do have access to it now. So now we're going to try to find the next best thing.
Since we're talking about production, bro, we've actually got a lot of producers in the chat. So you mentioned Nexus.
Yep.
In one of your tracks, didn't you? Yeah. Can you give us another few plugins that you actually use in your production?
Yeah. So there's shout out to this one guy. I don't even know where he is in the world, but his name's Ben Rolls, and his DJ name was Rollsy. I don't even remember him, but he's just this kid from fucking like Brisbane or something, right? He gave me his Silent. Yeah, his Silent one. He got 2 registrations, and he gave me the second one, and I've still got it to this day. And that was like the main plugin that I made to make bass lines, Silent one. So Rollsy's been a big part of me making songs because he gave me the license.
He had a fucking tune.
Big one.
I'm gonna find it.
Go plugin too.
He gave me this pack for Spire that has a million and one different packs of like Melbourne stuff, and I was like, bro, that's elite. And then he was like, bro, like this is like the collection. I'm like, I never need to do anything again. This is great.
Yeah, I don't even know where he is. I don't even know if he still does music, but he was so passionate, and
he does.
Yeah,
he does do music.
Looking for him.
He still does. Yeah, he's someone that's just like he was always there supporting everyone. And yeah, so I've still got his. And another plugin was called Slice X. I learned that from Lister. That was a really good way to make vocal chops. Kickstart, obviously.
Plugin?
Yeah, it's all FL plugins. Well, some of them are Kickstart or Kickstart 2 by Nicky Romero. I think you get for like $10. Everyone knows Kickstart. Yeah. If you don't, Gross Beat was like the first one to like learn about side chaining. It was all manual, so it was actually kind of good to learn about how it works. Where Kickstart does.
LFO Tool is another one as well. That is, I reckon that's really.
I always used LFO Tool, but I never really liked the user friendliness of it. I don't know why.
But you have to know exactly what to do to be able to.
That's what I mean. It was one of those ones.
It's the German version.
Yeah, I use Auto-Tune Pro a lot for everything nowadays because all the music in the fucking world's auto-tune. So to make mashups and put an auto-tune and learn how to like vocal. So actually to learn how to process vocals, I went to uni, believe it or not. Not a lot of people know that. And I did live production and technicals where I mixed live bands and stuff like that. So I learned how to use equalizers live. So when I make, people always say that my edits and stuff are super clean because I fucking mix. I'm good with frequencies and auto tuning and all that, and keying and shit like that now because I've studied it. But
Yeah.
it didn't give me anything.
It helps.
Like it didn't give me a job, but it gave me more
Knowledge.
in production, which helped me make
Yeah.
gigs and music and whatever.
It definitely, like, because I've studied a diploma and also a Cert 4 and a diploma over the years. Even that you've known me, like, I'm pretty sure I was like, I was studying my Cert 4 like during the time I think I met you.
Yeah.
So like it's been a long time since I've done it, and it helped me so much. And
100%.
for anybody else, it's definitely worth the money. That's for sure.
Mine was 2017 to 2018, and it got me. The reason it was good because it got me out of my hometown and got me into a situation where I was obviously around in a different environment, learning about music, not realizing what it would have done. But it got me into like a city which had more clubs and then more people and more. It's like a domino effect, really.
Yeah.
So it might not have been good at the time, but when you look back, you learn. I actually learn a lot, and to this day, I still use those small things.
Yeah, it definitely teaches you a lot. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned that you played around with a DAW called Acid. Have you ever traveled into Ableton or ever tried it at all?
I have. I have tapped Ableton when I was at like Brins or something, because he was always Ableton. So, but I had it on a MacBook when Mac didn't have FL, and I tried to get around it, but I just couldn't do it. So I'm glad that everything's universal now, and it's one of those things when people ask, "What should I start on?" and it's always going to be a biased opinion because I have no idea how Ableton works, but FL Studio, it's like second nature. So I can't answer that question for anyone. Everyone can,
See, I'm in that
each
spot
their
at the
own.
moment. Yeah, it's kind of at a point. Well, we spoke about this with Zach too, and he said it's at a point now. Like maybe in 2015 there was a massive difference, but these days there's really you can do the same shit on Ableton that you can on FL, and
and that was always the thing. And I remember the time that Ableton had the pitch correction or the pitch automation that you could change in the project, the speed of things, so you could make mashes or edits that were slower than faster. And FL never had that. And I remember the day it came out, and I talked to Harry J and I said, because I think he saw a Snapchat because he was using Ableton for stuff like that, making bootlegs. Because a lot of people were making those slow bootlegs and they'd speed up and then it'd go to 128 and it'd come back down.
Yeah.
But that was all Ableton. And then FL got it, and I remember Harry, I reckon he might have gone back to FL because that was the one feature that he wanted. And to this, like, I use it for like that specific feature as such. I used it for mixtapes, mashups, everything. And they released a stretch feature so it can speed up but keep the key, and it's like game changer.
yeah,
I was doing a hip hop mixtape just before I got on, and it's stuff like that. You can change the key BPM, well, not even key, change the BPM, the key stay the same. It just flows so good, but it never had that, and that's why people used Ableton.
yeah. Well, when this whole resurge started and everyone was like, Melbourne music is cool again, like late last year, I was like, I had already taken like a couple of months off making tunes. The only song I really worked on in the last even couple of years since doing events, really, the only song I've really worked on was a song with Jiggers. And then once we put that out, I was like, well, if the resurge is going to happen, if everyone's coming back into music, majority of the people nowadays are on Ableton. So I deleted FL and I'm learning Ableton from scratch.
Yeah, which is fair because that's your path. Everyone that you want to work with that, like, there's nothing worse than trying to do a club with someone and you've got to just stem it every time.
Stem everything out.
It makes it so much slower, and you can't get in and do the nitty gritty. You've really got to either remake it.
Yeah. When I was working with people like Jiggers too, and they got 25 fucking channels, and then I got to go put that into my one, stem every single sound
everything.
out.
Yeah.
No, dude. I'd rather just learn. If I can learn both. See, I'm still in that gray area where if I download FL again, I can be back producing music, or I can take a year or two, learn Ableton fluently, and then I can jump on both. If I want to work with you, I can jump on FL and make a song. If I work with Aussie, I can work on Ableton and still punch out the same quality.
Exactly, and that's fuck. I don't even think I'd have the time to learn Ableton.
Yeah, bro.
I just couldn't do it.
I've had the program since just before Christmas, and I've maybe spent 5 hours on it. Like, I don't have time right now.
That's what I mean. Life gets in the way, and that's it's good when you've got time and if you're young, but when we get older, it gets harder as well.
Absolutely.
There's always so much going on.
Always. I did it early because I never looked back.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. If I had done it, if I had made the switch early, it might have been a little bit easier.
Woven Hunter of the Jewel. They said I was working on a hip hop mixtape. It was just for a club. It's for a club night, just to open it up. It's not actually like a tape. It's more so background music for my night I'm running.
Boy, so now you're into events yourself too.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a little bit. We just ran one on the weekend. It was fucking rammed in my hometown. We've got one coming up in April with Beamer and Big Brother. We're going to do R&B party D&B because like
wait,
where
I
I'm
did
from,
just see that.
The wig night.
Yeah, I just saw you.
That just popped up.
Yeah, that's.
Oh mate, colourful fucking poster. It'll get a few fucking eyes on that. I tell you, that's the idea.
Fucking oath it will.
I was kind of getting like the old. It was like the more colourful versions of like the meme posters that we used to get like for Sunday Fun Day and all of that sort of.
That's sort of what I was going for. I wanted it to look Candy Crushy, like really it's eye catching, and you go, oh wow, April 18th, it's a wig party and it's 3 a.m. and it's sort of different to the seriousness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you know, like I've noticed, like I actually had someone message me before I jumped on, and she said, "Hey, my friends said they went out. They're older, they're in their 30s, and I had an R&B night, and I stuck to the theme to the close at 1 a.m." And a lot of theme nights just give up when it gets hard for the first, 20 minutes. They're not liking it. I stuck to it, and it was the busiest night we've had in fucking ages. And then I'm getting people who probably wouldn't comment saying, "Hey, like Nath played so well." Then she messaged me, "Hey, me and my girls are going out this weekend. Where are you playing?" And I've seen so many fucking theme nights where they just give up. I remember, here's a little one, no names. I told somebody about an R&B night, and they said, "Great idea." I couldn't be there, but I wanted to do it. They end up running it consistently and never included me. And they were playing like Melbourne Bounce at it. So what was the point? And that was the sort of thing that I never wanted to do. If I'm going to promote drum and bass night, yeah, like that, there you go. So that's a wig party. So it's going to be fun and party and all that. But we're not going to play Melbourne Bounce at it.
Yeah.
Because that's not the night, And I hated going to places and we're meant to be a theme night and then it's not. And then people leave. Because the reason people go is because it's a theme. Yeah,
absolutely. No, that's another one. So that was a question I was going to go to. Like you've so iconically, you've been like a party DJ everywhere you've played, and like the headline gigs that you've done, you've gone across at least the East Coast, gone across the country and played at some of the biggest clubs doing their party, like their 12 till 1, 1 till 2, like their primetime sets. When you pivoted away from the Melbourne Bounce stuff and started playing more just commercial party, Jason Derulo originals and stuff. When did that hurt you? Were you like Melbourne Bounce fan, or is that like your bread and butter?
I remember the exact time and how it happened, because when I was living in Melbourne, this was sort of like Cloud was, I think, dying off. It was just before it was closing, like that year before it. And Code was really popular.
Yeah.
And I loved going. When we moved to Melbourne, we went to Code every week. And prior to that, I don't know what it was, but I played in like Richmond. And I used to play in Richmond a bit for Cal Reese. We all know Cal Reese, surely. He's got all those venues. But it was more so like a commercial night. So you'd play kick bass, but then it started transitioning towards just like dance music. And I played at Swan Hotel in Richmond. I think it was Swan Hotel. And some group of like 30-year-olds go, "Can you play Say My Name by Calvin Harris?" I was like, fuck, I haven't heard that in like 10 years. And I played it and the whole place went nuts. So from there, I was like, he's onto something.
Yeah.
He's onto something. And if you listen to my 2010s pack, the first track is Say My Name by Calvin Harris. And that pack went like number 1 or whatever. And then that's from there, I just started branding myself. I was sitting up in my home in Epping, and I started the 2000s edit pack. And I, released that, got wicked traction. And
That's another one that got fucking ridiculous. Yeah.
yeah, then I went 2010s, and that became literally my whole set for ages, and it started working at every fucking venue because it kept people having fun. Either nostalgia, it was friendly, it was fun. Like, speaking of the weekend, like, the music was friendly, there was no fights, the girls are having fun, no one's being a creep, and they make money. And it's like, it comes down to that, and I just enjoyed playing fun shit like that. And I didn't really miss playing bangers because the atmosphere at these new gigs, now that the club scene was sort of changed, it was always sing-alongs, everyone's happy, everyone's dressed nice. Like, it was cool. And then I stayed with that. Then I started getting the big ones, the Ivies, the Perths, like all these things, playing the same set that I played in that, pubs in Richmond, which were just like piss-up pubs. And it resonated, and it sort of stuck with me. So I still do it, and I still get booked to this day.
That's another thing. Like, DJs, especially in our scene, it's almost weird for a DJ to go on and play the same thing for years. I've got tracks in my set list that haven't left since I started. Yeah. But you're like, the videos from that night we were talking about before when you drove me home, that I've got videos on my phone from that set that you played 5 years ago that are exactly the same as songs you're playing in today's set. How have you? Is it just that you hit the nail on the head with reading the crowd the first time? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big one. Like, I think what I did when I first realized that one song worked, I started gathering information of like what other songs worked. And on my main set was called In Order. And it was just all the songs I knew that worked, and I'd key them or whatever. And I'd key them right or BPM them so it flowed perfectly. And I'd practice it or whatever at home. So I knew exactly every single transition off my heart. I knew every song. And because I made my whole set's nearly my whole mashups, nearly the whole fucking thing. So it's like, I know exactly what's coming. True. And so the song might be the same, but over time I've done something different to it. So
I've always said it. It's you. There's a couple of you party DJs, but you, like Jesse James, people like that, every single time, I don't know if it's just me, but if I'm at a club, I can get, like, that kick is harder. I can tell straight away. Like, that's not the radio
quality. Yeah, and that's what people say. Like, my edits are clean and stuff because I take the time to find the most high quality file. I know how to EQ it, blah blah blah, and it does show the difference on a big speaker system. What was I going to say? There's
a good mix shows for sure.
It does, absolutely, and it's just finding the right things. And a lot of people so I release everything that I play to the world for free. So everyone has exactly the same set as me, but it's still different.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't really gatekeep anything because there's sort of no point because I've learned that everyone's going to do it different anyway.
Bruno just said,
Bronson's having a VB.
Cracking open a VB.
Oh, fucking
there we go. I'll cheers now, brother.
He's not a VB guy. He likes pure blondes.
There you go. Called out. No, well, another one that, like, just off the top of my head, bro, the Pink Pantheress, Ice Spice, Kylie Minogue edit.
That's what someone. Yeah, that was. I remember you messaged me. I reckon. I think it might have been you. Someone said to me like, "Fuck, just the creativity of filtering it so you can hear it coming."
Yeah,
just it's so simple, but it just works because no one done it.
Well, that went massive on like TikTok and stuff as well.
Oh, it was somewhat. I've had a couple. Yeah, I don't know what it was. There was the Dance Monkey one went like 30 million.
That's another one. The Dance Monkey one.
That was fucked.
Is that
I've got unreleased.
Like we were saying before, that like 5-minute punch out, or did you spend weeks on that?
I've got a good memory. I've got a good memory. I know exactly when these things happen. Someone put it on Facebook, and I was living in Werribee, and I saw someone post it, and it was like, "Oh, this girl's got a cool voice," and it was when she was a nobody, and I clicked on it, and I was just like, "Fuck, this is alright." So I jumped on and remixed it because I was just sitting there hanging out. I was like, I'll just make a fucking booty. Did it, put it up, and then it went fucking viral because the track wasn't known.
Yeah.
So it was one of those lucky moments that I got on before the copyrights, before anything else. So it blew up with the song because when you search the song, my song was second because no one else had done it and it hadn't even hit. It was like, it might have been a fucking couple of hours old or something at the time, or a day old, and she was a nobody still in Frankston where she lived. And it just went bang. And the video that had 30 million got taken down, I think. It probably finally got copyrighted, but everyone knows it was real.
Yeah.
Had the minions. Yeah, but that was my biggest try. I think it's still got millions on. I think Google it. I think it's still got millions.
I would dare say it'd have millions, yeah. Is that up there with your biggest? What's your biggest still so far?
The biggest,
yeah, that would be, yeah.
It had 30 million. On YouTube, it's only got a lazy 830,000. That's not even close to it, but that's still cool. That's got 820k. On SoundCloud, it's got a lazy 7.7 million. All right. That's stupid. Someone's listened to it 261 times, man.
That's nuts.
Fuck, that's a lot, isn't it?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I checked the stats for like one of my songs. Like it hasn't got millions like yours, but one person listened to my song like almost 600 times. I'm like,
yeah, that's
you're dedicated. I love you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bronson brings up a good point that we tell people this all the time, but so what we used to do, we make mashups. We'd go to the fucking gym we're like 19 or 20 thinking we're cool. Go to the gym once a week. And then endorphins are brewing. So we jump in the studio and make all these mashies. One of our mashup packs made it onto a news article.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Tell the boys about making the newspaper. What?
Yeah, so it was, let me find it. So it was not the newspaper, but it was some website. It was Nath Jennings Party Pack 3.0.
Bringing out the
Backyard
Nardwar
Opera.
questions.
Yeah, mix, literally. This is Nardwar stuff.
Yeah.
Backyard Opera, I'll put it in.
That's funny.
Yeah, and it's funny, like, that. Yeah, sorry, Mix of the Week, 14th to the 11th, Nath Jennings Party Pack Volume 2. It wasn't even Volume 3, it was Volume 2.
Jesus.
And this is before I don't even think I was signed or anything, so I just made stuff with my mates for fun. And then obviously when you get signed, it's like you have to be careful who you're making songs with and blah, blah, blah. And I hated that because every time I made stuff with my friends, I didn't give a fuck and it went viral. It was just fun as shit.
I am opening it for the peoples. Oh, look at the fucking...
Look at the storage.
Featuring Brian. Hey.
That's 2017 photo. That's 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Big write-up.
Yeah, big write-up. That's what I was just saying. Bottom of the page already.
Like how far? It's like, and the mix is gone now because it would have been on an old channel or whatever, or a media file or something.
Kevin Rudolph's
That's
Let It Rough.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like that was a really cool thing. And
Shown.
Lack of socks. Shut up, man. I still don't wear the socks.
Man's just a walking OnlyFans, just go around with bare feet.
Yeah. In 2026, brother, that's wild.
Yeah, I know.
That's the fucking norm these days.
That was one of the only times I ever had like a write-up as such. But
I'd buy.
If you sort of search my name now, I'm proud that if you search Nath Jennings, it only comes up with me. And the AI overview says I'm a Melbourne-based DJ known for commercial party sets, remixes, high-energy sets with a strong following on SoundCloud and Instagram. Originally from Portland, he's performed across Australia and in Thailand. He makes popular mashups, including the 2000s Party Pack. That's a pretty good AI, to be fair.
So mine was ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT who's this way up, and it gave me a full spiel, and I was like, "Wait, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool."
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it's good because like you never want if you've got the same name as something popular. Like, because if you search it, you want you to come up, and it's really big, I think, for generating. Bro Googles himself. Shut up. Let's search up play up and see what comes up. Nothing.
Type in
Hello.
Solsky and see what pops up.
Play
God.
up. You know what comes up? Play up comes up with a fucking online betting company called Play Up. Solsky. Salske.
ZKA.
Is
Put
that
in
okay?
S.
Solsky, you come up first.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
There we
Put up
go.
this way.
Wave, and then Solsky Music, and then it goes to your Beatport, then your Facebook.
All right, that's decent. There you go.
Yeah.
What's
I'll be
Bronson
honest.
saying? Shut up, Chode, shut up, Chode, shut up, Chode, shut up, Chode. I didn't realize you could fucking unmute the messages.
Oh, now chat is trolling us. Hell yeah. Great
Oh my
fun.
god.
Thank you, Matthew, for coming in clutch with the vibes, brother. My God. Shut up, Chode. Shut up, Chode. We can't even watch porn anymore. I'm so sorry.
bro.
Just put my name in the fucking put my name in the fucking search engine. And all of a sudden you get tentacle porn.
Shut up, Chode, shut up, Chode, shut up, Chode, shut up, Chode, shut up, Chode. Oh, that poor man.
Fuck. All right, yeah, we can't even watch porn anymore though. The government just want us all to fucking have blue
Want
balls.
us to bleed, yeah. Fucking oath.
Solsky tentacle porn will have to do these days. Difficult times.
Darkest time.
Oh,
Yeah, not wrong.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. Like,
wrong.
look, we got
Gonna have to wait.
Solsky tentacle porn, and now we've got like Nathan Jennings only feet.
Nate's fucking hairline needs to get fixed. Is what's going on here.
Yeah, when do you hit the like level of artist where you go to Turkey for 3 months? Cyril did it straight away. What am I talking about? You can do it.
Yeah, well,
You could go to
Cyril,
Turkey.
Cyril, yeah, he blew the fuck up, and he was getting that TikTok money. He can go, yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, he's getting that.
I've got
TikTok
lucky. I've
money.
got a fringe. Like, I don't know. It's just like it's not too bad, but I don't think I'd look good as a toe bowl. So I've got to just keep growing the fringe out.
Look, that's partially the reason why I've got this back. I used to wear a man bun, and now I've
True.
Look at that. Look at that.
Starting.
But
Look at that. I got widow's peak like nothing.
All those years of having the hair up is maybe,
Yeah,
It's coming down now. It's coming down. All right, this is just vibes so far.
Bit of a troll at the end here, didn't it, boys?
Nah,
It's good though. Good
that's always
interaction
the
in the
best.
chat.
That's what we want. man. We've gone through all the serious stuff. Towards the end of the pod, we like to just kick back.
We
chat
could have,
shit. Yeah.
honestly, we got so, like, to fit everything into an hour is nearly impossible as well, because we've all got so many questions and answers for each other, and it just goes.
We barely even scratch the surface on half the shit that we talk about, like, usually with the guests, because I love to dive into, like we've said a million times, trying to rebuild the scene in the right way and in a positive way.
Yeah.
We like to dip into, you're a massive artist who's seen it all, blah, blah, blah. The struggles that you've faced with every day when, venues are handing you bottles and telling you that's your payment and shit. The ups and downs of addiction, the highs and lows of the scene. That's something we love getting into. But
Yeah, because it's a real thing, and not a lot of people, we had no one telling us about it back in the day.
nah, bro, that was the scariest part. It was like, oh, you want to be a DJ because it's fun and jump around on stage and blah, blah, blah. No one tells you about the dark side of it. That can
Oh, for
definitely
sure.
happen.
And even if you didn't want to be around the dark side, it was always there.
Yep.
It was fucking right there in front of you. And you didn't, because I was young, I had good role models around me, to be fair. So I never really saw the drugs until I was an adult with my own, like, sort of, when you're a teenager in the club, you don't really have any fucking idea.
Yeah.
And you probably get peer pressured very easily.
Yeah.
But I was never around it, so I never knew about what drugs really were. I studied them in high school, though, to learn what it was, but I never saw it.
See, yeah.
I was
And we all studied them, bro. Harold.
2014, when juice was a really big problem, and Melbourne DJ did that massive juice campaign, that GHB. I studied it because I was in Portland. Like, I remember Sparksy was on it and Orchestrated was on it. I studied it at school to work out what the fuck GHB was. And then from there, you start learning about, but that was in my own free will to learn about it. I think I did it in media class or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's
And as
you
Vanessa
know,
said, some of us are and not easily influenced, and I was very lucky that I wasn't.
yeah.
But I know that some people fucking are.
But
Do you know what I mean?
even drugs aside, man, like especially like there's a lot of clubs that will, you know, as a DJ who's on a label, you'd have a rider, and that rider for most of the time it's like a bottle, 6 beers, some Red Bull, this and that, and you're thrown in the face. Like we had this conversation with Juro, who is now on his like road to recovery, and he's doing such amazing things with being sober now. But he was another one that the alcohol just gripped and took just for granted. You know what I mean? Like
And I remember
anyone.
I took 2 months off drinking to see the differences. If I was actually like if I had a drinking problem, whatever. After the 2 months, I actually felt pretty much the same. So I put down to myself. But again, it's all about personal building, and you have to go learn it the hard way sometimes. But I went to a club and they gave me, again, this big rider because I was not drinking. It felt like me going to someone's fucking house for dinner and they're not eating their meals.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
just felt so wrong. And that's like DJing is, if you don't drink, it's really like, it's fucking probably 80% of it. It's fucked.
It is. It absolutely is.
And you can't just have a couple. Like, you really can't. Like,
And
you
that's the
can if
point,
you're driving
like-
to a gig and whatever, but...
Yeah, if you can put those like your own restrictions on it to give you like. If you
Yeah,
drive
but
to
you
work.
have to. And I've done that before where I've driven myself, so I'd have a couple of beers and drive home. Because if you're staying, but especially if you're touring and you're staying there, like a lot of time I was by myself in the middle of nowhere, like on the East Coast, Queensland, wherever. So I'm by myself. What am I going to do? Watch the footy, drink a few beers, go to the club, meet people. Best way to meet people, have a few beers. So I end up having fucking night. You probably put away 20 vodka sodas over a night.
Yeah.
Wake up, you don't have time to get hungover. You're back in the Uber, back to the plane, back home, back in the car. So
Yeah.
This is actually a really, really good segue of something that I was wanting to talk about is the tour life. Can we get into this just a little bit just before we end things up? Talk about the tour life, how it starts.
Yeah, the tour life at its highest when I was on a plane every week, man, it got real lonely because all my mates and my family, they were all hanging out and I was all by myself in a hotel room. And you know what I mean? And because I had a partner, I've had a partner for 4 or 5 years, you're not going out to look for girls or anything. So you're literally just going there and you can't meet people because you've got, you don't want to get wrapped up in the wrong situation. So you sort of just play your gig, go back and you by yourself the whole time, then you get home hungover, and then you meet people, you have a great time, you never see them again.
Yeah.
It is pretty. There's people that I've always wanted to catch up with because I'm someone who's pretty sentimental with that, and then you never see them again.
Yeah. And I mean, not only that, but the drag, like you just said, you don't have time to be hungover. It's straight back and you wake up, pack your shit, you got to be out by 11 or whatever checkout is, and then it's straight back in the Uber, straight back on a plane, 10.
Yeah. Oh, mate, flying hungover is probably one of the worst experiences in my life. Like, it's so fucked because your brain's not level and the plane's moving. And I've had panic attacks on the plane. I'm like just sitting there, just hyperventilating, like, fuck. I've got back from gigs and I've had to sleep in the car at the airport. I've had to buy a room. Just recently I come back from Townsville and I stayed. I felt so crook just from 2 nights of gigging and, I just booked a room and I stayed there and then I had to get up to be home and I got up at 4 a.m. or something. Like just some of the things I've done and it's like, Jesus Christ.
And just to make it to a set, like when you put it down to it, it's all just to DJ.
A set. It's just to DJ.
Just to stand on stage and press some buttons. It may be all fun and games, but when it's at the end of a week of fucking shitty Ubers and random people and hey, how you going? And never seeing them again. And this is what I was saying. This is why I love the duality of people that we've spoken to. We've spoken to people like you who are doing it and flat out with it, and then people like Element in our first episode who's still climbing the ranks and trying to get to that stage. It just proves that it's not always a fucking rainbow at the end of the tunnel, and if you want to get to that rainbow, sometimes it's a grind too. It's
so far from flying hangover sounds like a fun weekend activity. No way. It's all right sometimes, but there always are the highs of the touring because when you go back to somewhere twice, you've met the people. But like I said, when you go up there once and you never see them again, it's kind of hard. And you also want to make sure you don't get too fucked up because you want to try and get rebooked. The goal's always to get rebooked.
Yeah.
Sometimes I haven't been rebooked, and that fucks with your head sometimes as well. But then you get booked at the other venue that might be better more than one. So it really depends. But like I've cut back. I'd like to say I've cut back, but I really haven't. If you really put down what I still do, but because I'm older and working full time and stuff now, I still DJ every weekend. But I don't travel. I've been to Queensland for this year, but I'm cutting back on those. Yeah. I'm doing things, starting to run events for my town and in the areas and whatever. You know what I mean? Trying to get on that side of it where we're running full nights and theme nights and stuff because I'm still in it. But that also creates relationships with other DJs from where else. What do I do as a job? I'm actually a real estate agent, believe it or not. So
fuck, that's another one. I swear, like 10 DJs I know are real estate agent. Isn't Beamer a real estate agent?
Yeah.
Yeah. I swear everyone's.
I don't know what it was that translates so well. I think it's the people skills potentially, and just like being used to having I don't know. It was weird. I slotted in really well.
Yeah.
I've been at full time for like 8 to 9 months now. So everything from past 8 to 9 months, I've been doing 40-hour weeks and still doing gigs.
That's crazy.
It's still getting back to work. So, but I don't tell people that I do that because I'll separate both worlds because they're both completely different. They don't need to link in together.
Fucking Stevie Mink's a funeral director, bro. I'm sure he doesn't like tell people
really?
When he's I'm sure he doesn't tell people when he's at his funeral home. Like,
that's what I mean. So I never link the two together, and then they haven't overlapped, which has been so good. It's just a job, you go there and you go home. That's it.
Yeah.
So I can come home and do everything I want to do, and not have to worry about it linking across, which is good. So.
It was Mike Metro. Sorry, not Mike Metro.
Yeah,
not
I was gonna say it's not Stevie Mink, brother.
Yeah, I knew it was one of them. It was one of them. Yeah, Mike Metro.
How do you deal with the microtransactions with people in trying to stay connected to your purpose? What does that mean?
Like, I mean, he said microtransactions when we were talking about the what you give.
It's like what
you give.
It's
to
like
the scene, like the catching the plane and on the Ubers and blah 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 just for a set type shit.
It's like the connection to the crowd, and it's just the micro being like the microtransaction being more so like you connect with them once and never again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, sometimes it was harder when I was younger, that's for sure, because when you're younger, obviously, you're learning about life. Now it's all right because I get to come home to my family and my missus, my dogs and stuff. But when you didn't have that, it's definitely a lot more lonely because you go from the highest highs to like to nothing. But I'm pretty grateful now because I get to go from the highest highs and come home and I've still got the highs here anyway.
Absolutely.
I've got two. You can see them. They're like.
Oh yeah, they are too.
Oh
yeah. I mean, anyone who has Nath on Facebook has definitely seen the dogs at least once.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's a big
doggos.
She's a bit tired. She's had a bit of a run, but yeah, I get to come home and hang out with these guys, and because I work, got family and all these things, so it's pretty good. And like, Millie's good because she. Oh, look at these, they're cute. Like when I went to Townsville, it's good because Millie's been such a good support, so I can go away and she looks after the dogs or whatever, and she'll make sure everything's ready for my Monday. So like having a support network's been good. I don't know how I would have done it. Like I did it back in the day when I was single, obviously, but that involved a lot more partying and socialising because you could.
Yeah.
When you're single, we were just getting blind 3 times a week, meeting people. You had a group that you party with. I feel like we all had that. Me and Bronno used to get picked up by these girls from Geelong every Thursday, and we'd go double date the Lucky Thursdays and just get smashed. And that was just what we did. But
was that the similar year that we met?
It would have been because we were going to Lucky every fucking week when we lived in Werribee. 2020, I think.
Yeah, it was like 2019, 2020. It was like when we were like partying together for that period.
Yeah,
like,
we were there all the time.
That recently.
Yeah, no,
true.
Yeah, so there's that, but then there was like 2017, 2018. They were the years that I was kind of a little bit more associated with Nath, but 2019 to 2021, in between those years, yeah, we went and fucking partied at Lucky.
That's
pretty much
probably-
Yeah, we were there we were there genuinely once a week. We had a thing called Coey Tuesdays. We'd get cooked on a Tuesday. Well, not cooked, but we'd get loose on a Tuesday on the Tuies. No, on the Teds. We used to drink Teds, TEDs, the Hans Super Dries. We'd go to the Pokies on the Coey Tuesday, and then it would go into a Wednesday night, and then Thursday was Lucky. Friday was like we'd play a gig in Werribee. It was like a club in Werribee we were playing at.
Oh, what was it? Starts with an M. I can't remember it. It's like Metro or something like
I
that.
might remember it. It was Mint Lounge, and then there was another one which was like a Polynesian club. And us little white boys were playing this Polynesian club. It was like me, Lister, Pucky, were playing these gigs, R&B sets, man. Because the girl who was running, I think Sellout MC actually was friends. What a name.
Residence?
Sellout MC popped up. Yeah, Residence, that's the one. Sellout MC knew the girl and he got us all in there. Sellout was another big one to help us boys when we were young. And actually, the reason that me, Pucky, and Lister met was actually Checkers, who's now the Marmalade guy, the football guy. He put us all in a group chat of like young guns because I think he was starting like a little agency or whatever it was, and it was actually Checkers. So it's really funny that he's gone into footy.
I spoke to Checkers. I could find the inbox, but it's probably like 2017, maybe 2018. And I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, bro, DJ climbing up the ranks myself. You want to work on a tune together?" And he was like, "Brother, give me a couple of weeks. I'm just filming a couple of YouTube videos with my friend, and I want to see how this goes." I was like, "No worries. I'll speak to you soon." Never again. Never again.
Yeah, it's weird because he was from, I think he's from Hamilton or somewhere near my area, and he used to play down this way, and yeah, he got us in. He looks completely different when he's DJs. Now he's got the mullet and the big beard or whatever, but he used to be like short hair,
Clean
no
shaven,
beard. Yeah, so different. And yeah, I think he's the reason that he put all us young guys, he saw potential in us and put them all in. I wonder if I could ever find that that inbox and see who was in it as well, unless it was just us three, because it could have been. It's like fucking Australia's Got Talent. You choose, make a boy band. That's what he sort of did. And then we had this. We were making songs, and that was it.
What a fucking boy band too. You get Lister, you, Pucky,
Pucky. That was crazy. It was very because we were only 16 or 17, so it was like, what the fuck? And we were all releasing. We all had our own style, but we did it all together as well. So we had all these remixes, and the Levels one was massive that we did all together, like a trio of young guns making a song. It was crazy.
Imagine having Lister at 16 and then losing it and watching him do what he's just done.
That's crazy as well. So that's what it's so good to see him all. I think Pucky's now got a kid or maybe two kids. He's got a young family and stuff like that. So it's crazy to see how we've all grown. And I think our mates was living in Adelaide for a bit there, doing stuff with Uber and shit. They were doing their club night in Adelaide with Trey Pearce and stuff. So it's everyone's gone their separate ways, but it all stems back to sort of the one beginning, which is really nice.
Yeah. Well, we usually wrap it up. We've asked every person the same question. It's sort of a two-parter question, but now that the scene's on its rise, it's coming back. There's love for the 128 again. People are liking bounce and people are liking minimal. Do you feel like, obviously you're not done, you weren't one that's quit and come back, you've sort of stayed relevant all through the loss of music, but do you feel like you've got more bounce left in you, you've got more Melbourne style left in you? Or
I probably could. Well, the thing is, when that stuff, I've actually started making a full old school throwback Melbourne tape. It's just bangers, dude. And I'm gonna try and make it like 3 or 4 fucking hours.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna make that. Like no one's got that effort, I don't think, to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So, and it's all mixed really well. Obviously, I'm doing it bit by bit, and I've got so many songs that a lot of people really don't have because I got them from a guy who was right in the scene, Hamish Wheeler. I don't know if you remember him.
What a banger. Shout out.
You know Hamish, yeah.
So he was sitting there loose as in Ballarat at the gig one day. He's like, "Bro, I'll give you some tracks." And he gave me his whole hard drive. The whole hard drive. just onto a USB. So I have all those songs that were from the Tramp and stuff, like all that stuff.
He was a Forest regular. He was
He was the
Goose
Forest
regular.
guy, yeah. So he gave me all this shit so I've got all this stuff, all this minimal from shit and artists I've never heard, and I've got all this bounce because I was loving bounce and I was part of Cloud9 and whatever for a couple of years there. So that's what I'm making is just this tape of just originals, not even like mashies, just pure originals, no vocals, just bang. Some of them have vocals, but I think the first tracks are, and then it's like Chemical Energy, like literally just original, like. Yeah,
sick.
Dude. It's an ode to Melbourne. So that is, there's your answer. Yes, there would be a bounce thing coming from me.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So there's more bounce coming. I mean, I think it gives, we've been saying this with everyone, but it just gives any new artists who may watch this in the future just light that, you know, you can be in this 12 years and there's still more to give. And I think that should be so inspirational to anyone who hears it.
Yeah, and it's always, my biggest thing, and my dad told me, is always have a plan B. So if it does shit like COVID or whatever, or this happens, you've always got that backup. Like, I've got the job and I've got all these other things. And then you can always get in and out without having to quit. You never want to quit. Because how many people have quit and come back and quit and then come back again?
Well, absolutely.
It's sort of like, you don't want to be the guy who says, I'm retiring, and then you try to come back. Because after the fucking 8th time...
Liam Smith, he's one that I'll call out by name.
I'll
call him out right now. He hung up his headphones 3 times now. I give him shit every single time I see him comment. Every single time. Yeah. Like, how's
because that's what I mean.
Put your leg
yeah, not that, James. Yeah, so that's funny. So, again, I guess take Smithy, for example. He's always wanted to stay in it, but if you quit then come back, even if it's like a week, you'd be like, what are you doing? And you tell him that every time.
Yep, I do. Funny. I love it.
Poor Smitty. But now Smitty's back cooking up, and he gets better every time. So
exactly.
Does,
That's when I jumped on his mixtape series with him not long ago, and the fucking half an hour that he punched out after me, I was like, why didn't you tell me you were going to do that? I look shit now.
Yeah, I actually listened to one of his mixtapes. Like,
he's a gun, bro, and he's
2 months
always
ago,
been.
And I was like, I actually said to him, I was like, dude, I'm actually really enjoying this, man. His sesh tapes or whatever, and he's got some unreleased tracks that he put some haters on his story sometimes.
Yeah.
He could start a cooking YouTube. That would be funny because Smithy's just cooking up, isn't he? He loves the meal.
His Snapchat's full of just fucking pork.
Oh, fucking funny. Yes, he loves his pork cradle.
What a legend. Shout out, Smitty, bro. That's funny as. Look, bro, I mean, again, we could do this for 10 hours. There's music conversation forever, and I think that makes it better. That gives us more episodes for the future.
Well, it does. That's exactly right. I can always we can take off where we left because there's a lot we didn't even get to, which is what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's good having hour-long episodes that it gives, makes people
short, sweet. And then if people really want anything, we can they can comment and follow it up on the next. Or you guys can get together stuff we didn't talk about for the next time.
That's it. See, you're fucking pro at this, brother. You already got it down. Have you seen what we're doing with research? Obviously, like, you're busy, but
I feel like you asked me to play one or be a part of one or come to one or something.
Mm-hmm. We did.
Because I live 4 hours away, it has to line up with the time. Like, it's a lot harder for me, but it's not something I'm saying no to. It's definitely something I'd love to be a part of. We just got to try and work it out ahead of time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I could catch the train, which is a lot cheaper, because petrol's fucking dear.
Yeah, it's close now.
Especially now. So the goal to get back to Melbourne, I'd have to try and line up a few shows to try and level the budget, because I'll have to get room, all these things. And that's what makes it hard. And it's not just me coming from Portland or anywhere. It's for anyone if you want to play. Even if you're coming from fucking Geelong or Ballarat, if you've got to stay the night, it's going to cost you money. Then the train, then the car. It's an expensive thing to do.
And sometimes as an underground artist, you're getting $50, $100 a set. Not all of us are on $1,200 an hour. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Even in Melbourne, Melbourne was always like $150 an hour or sometimes $200 an hour, but you'd have to play 2 or 3 hours.
Yep.
And you could never do it because there's a billion DJs. So it got hard. So that's why me even coming, if I do a headline, it might only be $200 because your budget's not going to be, because you're trying to rebuild something, right?
Yeah.
So then I have to be like, I do it for the love of it, which obviously I do a lot of time. Or
Yeah.
if I'm trying to make it financial, I have to come on a Friday night and play in the east suburbs or blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And then it makes it like, fuck. And then you
Yeah.
get burnt out. You played 8 shows.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get to the one you wanted to play, you can't be fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think I love the fact that you're still grinding now, and it shows that, you know, not only is music a passion, not only can it be fun for some people, but you can make like a worthwhile living off it as well.
Yeah, and I did that, which I was very grateful that I did get to do it.
Yeah.
At one point, I was just purely living off gigs, and it is possible, but it's also like being smart with choosing wisely, because if you do all the, like, again, Melbourne doesn't pay as high. You find the market outside of Melbourne, and that's sort of where it sort of took off. And that's when he spread. Like, Melbourne's great for different, so many different club nights and all these things, but when you get out into the country, the gigs get a little bit more fun, I reckon. Like, that's why I love running stuff down here, because people, what I learned is Melbourne, you can go out every night of the week. Down here, for example, my hometown, we only get 4 3 a.m. nights per year, and you have to apply through the council because it's like liquor licensing or that. So next month, we've got a 3 a.m. night, and that will probably fucking pump because it's a one-off for the town. Everyone's going to G up for it, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I think regional gigs, I found love in them. And the venues pay more because they bring in more people because they're not spending the money every week.
Yeah.
You know, a DJ, like a club, like if there's 8 DJs across 9 hours and they're on 100 or 150, that's over $1,000 in just one night. Whereas if you got $1,000 in one night at a local pub, that might be their only night for the month. So they're only spending $1,000 a month.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think, you know what I mean? So that's a business side of it. I think regional was where it was at to make more of a steady income. Because Melbourne was always hard. I used to travel to Cloud and get like $80 on a Saturday night. And it's all good to, like, you've got to do both. And I tell that to people. Like, when some of these big gigs I played, you don't make money, you might level out or you might lose. But you're happy to lose, so then you get these other gigs that pay more. And like, you've got to lose sometimes. Like, I've lost so much money because I didn't make a profit, but it wasn't about profit. And then you start making money, and then it's like, cool. Yeah. But you have to lose. And that was my biggest tip to a few people, because a lot of people just get into it thinking they're going to make a lot of money, and it's not true at all.
No, it's not.
Even here in town, I've set myself a set price that's not high, and it's not like, it's just a really fair price. So then I'm starting to get more gigs just to be able to run my own shows or whatever. You know, you just go in with, I don't know, you start learning about business over time, but you definitely don't make money at the start.
No, definitely don't.
A lot of the time, it's just like playing for
$50. I reckon 25 is what I played for when I was young. $25.
Like, brother, I was getting like nothing from Cloud when I first started.
Couple of drink cards.
I was lucky to get, yes, I think it was 50, then it went to 70. When I got signed, I think it was like 80 maximum, but you'd lose commissions because every gig was 20%, so you'd only get like $68. And I was traveling an hour or whatever, so you'd always lose. But it created the grind and the hunger and the name, and then you start getting the gigs that are paying.
Absolutely.
Because the pubs are putting on something once every month or 3 months, so they've got a bigger budget. It's just common sense. Yeah. My phone went fucking flat, so I can't see the chat.
Oh, that's the worst. Well, I say we run this while we run this raffle, because it happens in chat. I think you just have to !join for people when I press it. Not yet, but while we close out the pod and run this raffle, you obviously got the wig party coming up that you've mentioned. What's next for you? I mean, is it just lock in work and focus on the weekend gigs, or is it events?
Sort of. I've been asked to go back to Townsville and stuff, but it's very hard as well because I'm full time. To take a couple of days off work every month doesn't, you know what I mean? You sort of got to start prioritising, and I am. I've got like Perth hit me up the other day, which is weird, which is cool, but I haven't heard back. So like, there's a sneaky maybe Perth and then stuff like that. So I don't know. I really don't know. Warrnambool, Mount Gambier, all these things, but I don't really think too far ahead. I just want to make my tunes and stuff, and got to get some packs ready, or not ready, but keen to get some packs out. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, at the moment, you've sort of, you've done everything that there is, but you know, is there like a stage that you are ready to go back for? Is there like an event that you're waiting to get booked for again?
Yeah, I think Ivy's always one, but it's on a Thursday, and it makes it very hard.
Yeah.
But I'll get back there for sure. Perth is another great one. That was just a crazy experience, and I don't know, man. Like I love playing in Queensland. The Townsville gig's one of my favourite gigs ever. The people, I've got such good friends up there. I think I've done it 4 times now. So you create a little friend group. So I miss those guys. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess let's just take it as it goes. And, you know, as you get older, you sort of just steer away from it a little bit. But every time I say that, I fall back into it fucking tenfold. So, you know,
yeah,
we'll probably
absolutely.
get robbed.
I mean, Ivy sort of, that's like one of the biggest clubs around here. Like, you know, it's been iconic and held some of the biggest names, and you've played there quite a few times now. That place fucking goes crazy from the videos.
It used to be the Ministry of Sound Building as well, and I knew it. Yeah. Which is, when I walked in there, I was like, "Fuck, did this used to be Ministry?" It's like, "Yeah, well," I was like, "Oh shit!" And that had all the biggest DJs. And then I think the same month that I played at Ivy, it was like Lil Yachty played there.
Yeah.
So random.
I mean,
and I was headlined. I headlined that. It was like I headlined it, and we got a Copacabana or what are they? Those little huts up on the pool, and you have to spend like $4 or $5 grand to get in there. And the bar staff didn't know, because I don't like dress up like I'm this big fucking Hollywood or whatever. Yeah. I'm just me. And she tried to say you have to spend money to be in here. So I've actually headlined the event, and she's like, we got all this free pizza and shit. But yeah, that was me being just wearing what I wear, just me being me. But I get it. It just shows though, like in places like that, maybe if you're not dressed to the nines, they do not really believe you.
Yeah.
Just a little country boy.
I mean, yeah. See, that's one of those things too. Like, you can be a headlining DJ and so well renowned with all your millions of followers, it doesn't mean that everyone knows you. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. Yeah. Exactly.
It's
and I never I never ever I've never thought, because I'm from such a small place, and I used to be so happy with 1,000 views on songs. It's stuck with me being humble this whole time. Like, I've never thought of anything more than anything until, you know, you get on and just do stuff like this, and you see people you've never met talk about things that you've done or whatever, and you're like, shit, following is real.
Yeah.
When you meet people and people say, you know, like I was like 2 weeks ago in Mount Gambier, like, Nat, they yelled out to me and said, "We watch your snaps." You know what I mean? Or people will watch your vlogs or something, which is like super OG.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music, if you talk to a DJ now, I feel like nearly all of them will have one thing, one pack or something. Like nearly all of them. It's really fucked. Like when you put about all the thousands of downloads I've had, that's perfect. Like if there's, let's say 10,000 downloads, that's 10,000 unique DJs probably.
Yeah.
It's a lot of DJs. It's a lot of DJs.
Yeah. I think it's also like, you know, it's a testament to obviously your dedication. Like you said, you were making shit dubstep in high school.
High school, yeah.
And it's led you to a point where you're making music that 10,000 people are downloading. Like, at the end of the day, maybe it was worth it. You know what I mean?
Well, 100%. And someone messaged me speaking of microtransactions and stuff, someone messaged me from Italy, and he said, "Man, I just want to thank you for being one of the one people that's left it, just release their music for people to enjoy and for free and all these things." I was like, fuck, am I the only bloke now that's releasing free content?
Yeah.
And like I said, I give all my sets away for free, because it's like, one, it's not my fucking music, it's just mashups most of the time, so I can't hold it anyway.
Yeah.
And like, it's just what it should have been, because that's how I got to where I was, just by releasing free content and creating a name. It was never about money, and it never, still not about money. Like I said, the gigs are where you make your money, but it doesn't always mean that either.
Yeah. Yeah,
Music, like fuck. I've made money on Spotify, but I get like maybe $20 a month now or something now. At one point it was maybe 200 or 300 a month, or a quarter, or whatever it was. It was all right, but I don't care. I never made songs for money, so when I release it for free, it's just like yeah. And then I see get like 10,000 downloads. I'm like sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that it's getting to a point now where sort of I just had it for the fucking first time where someone walked up to me and they're like, bro, I've listened to you for years. You got me into minimal. It's like It's such a weird feeling to be on that side when you're just doing it for the love of the game or the passion or the fun or anything, and to have like being influencing on people is
it's weird.
It's such a spin out.
It is. And to this day, I still have that mentality. I just do it for fun and want, like I charge less in town so people can actually run shows, or people can have birthdays or whatever, because people are getting priced out the water.
Mm-hmm.
So I drop my fee so I can actually let people have fun, like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If a venue can enjoy it, make money, I get to do it more often, and people can have more fun.
Yep.
So,
well, like you said,
That's
I
a good
tried to reach
mentality.
out to you ages ago for a set, and the number you gave me, the price you gave me, was like hundreds of dollars cheaper than anyone else I've messaged through a label, and you could just tell
and that would have been a price that would have been a thought of price that would have got me a room and stuff and a little bit of money on the top. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've always priced myself like that.
Yeah.
I've never priced myself out of it, and
Never gouging or nothing.
Nah, and that's what I mean. So like the money that I've made has been amazing and it's set me up. But I think financially I've been quite smart as well. But people have made a lot more, I think, and it just depends where it goes as well. But I was really good. I learnt a lot financially, I think.
Yeah. Nah, fucking good chat, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
like I said, we could do this for hours, and we will.
yeah, we better wrap it up with your bottle. We wrapped it years ago.
That's all right. They can get half an hour of fucking extra content. Why not?
Extra, exactly.
Yeah. But no, look, again, fucking going from where you started in Portland to where you are now, brother, your dedication has proved why you've got all these fucking fans chatting in our chat, and why you've got all the millions of fucking streams that you've had. So, well done to you.
Thank you. I'm trying to get back and read this chat on the computer. I can't say it unless I sign in.
Oh, it's always
no.
Maybe OnlyFans next, apparently.
Yeah, OnlyFans. Yeah, OnlyFeet is a thing that needs to happen. DJ Cabby is confused because he didn't realize he won tickets.
Yeah.
And then you got Chris A. You're the man, Nath. You're there for you're for the people. You are doing it for the people.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's what my main thing is. Always be for the people, and that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, fuck yeah, love it.
See, even that, man. Chris is saying my first taster commercial was your edit packs. Like,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go. And I've never. The best thing is that most of that is all organic reach. I've never really put money behind it because I wanted to see how it went. I might have put $50 here and there, but I've never been one to pay for ads and shit. That's the reason I got into fucking cameras, because I couldn't be bothered paying for videographers. It was too dear. So I learned how to do it myself because I was a tight ass.
It's like $200-$300 just for
50 seconds. It was.
Yeah,
it was $300, and we were playing gigs every fucking week. Imagine them. And the gig was only worth $300-$400.
I did the same for Azuria, dude. It was fucking insane.
Yeah. Mate, and that's what I'm saying. And you guys needed, because it was such a unique concept, you just needed that. And you and Alex, having two people might have been easier on the fucking wallet. But, man, you're doing that every week. It adds up. Yeah, see, that's what I learned. I learned how. That's why the box came in as well.
10 times worse as a booker, because I had to fucking pay for both of them, didn't I? Wasn't just paying for the one brand.
Well, that's what I mean. You're paying for
I'm sorry, I couldn't just come to you saying, brother, I'm one of the bird people. I'm gonna give you fucking no. You have to deal with my manager.
I'm one of the bird people.
I'm one of the bird people. Fuck me.
All right, chat. I want to thank y'all for being here. Nath, thanks for the conversation, brother. I hope Wig goes well. Best of luck with all your
the Wig party. Yeah. Gotta be killer.
Yeah, Bron. He was the plague doctor. That one with the crazy hair. He was the plague doctor back in the day. But yeah, look. We'll obviously do this again. We'll run this back in the future. So.
Yeah. Get some new questions together. Whatever you need to do. That ones we missed.
Absolutely.
And we'll go.
And honestly, if there's anybody also watching on YouTube, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask Nath for the next one, please do make sure to comment down below and hit that subscribe button. Yes, that's what we need to do. Let's do it, baby.
Yeah,
let's do it.
We got a bunch of new followers on the fucking account too, so thank you for everyone dropping in tonight. Obviously, all of Nate's crew. It is good to have you here. Welcome in.
Good job. Chode and Bron, I think Chode and Bron carried that chat for us a bit.
Bron was in there a fair bit, eh? No,
Bron was in there, I reckon, the whole 90 minutes. I reckon he was loving it.
What a legend. That's the shit we want. Much love to all you guys. Thank you so much. We will see you next week. Same time. Peace.